Well, hello, I'm Connie Canine from Ocean Inc. We're the community action agency for Ocean, Atlantic, and Cape May counties. And we also provide housing and weatherization services in Monmouth County. So as you can hear from what I'm saying is that we are pretty much along the coast of New Jersey. Today I'd like to talk about some of our housing, the housing programs and other programs that Ocean Inc. provides to income eligible residents and also moderate income residents who may qualify for some of our programs. At Ocean Inc. We do provide affordable housing throughout the span of 3 counties. We have 157 affordable housing units that we provide to the residents in each particular area. We also provide supportive services in some of those units to assist them in whatever issue they may be having. Some may need it, some may not, but we provide it at any rate. Generally, most of our units in Ocean County, in Atlantic, and in Monmouth County are below fair market rent. So we actually provide the units at a very affordable cost for the residents. The other program I'd like to talk about is our home energy program. But before I get to the home energy program, let me throw some numbers out at you. While I'm talking, I'd like you to be able to go out to our website at www.oceaninc.org, OCEANINC.org. It's there that you will see a list of all of these programs that I'm talking about today. So for the housing program, you would also call 732-244-5333 extension 917, and there you will speak with our housing manager. The second program I'd like to talk about is the Home Energy Assistance Universal Services Fund and our Weatherization Assistance Program. That's provided throughout, we provide those services in Ocean and Atlantic County. And for that, a client may come in and require some assistance with their home energy. It may be through gift of warmth through the gas company, or it may be the Universal Services Program. At any rate, again, on the website, this application is available for download. And then you can come into many of our offices here in Ocean County. The main office is in Ocean County for our home energy and weatherization programs is the 1256 Indian Head Plaza in Toms River. And the phone number for that location is 732-244-9041. So if you have any questions on your home energy application or your weatherization application, or any questions on USF gift of warmth, it's there that you will go to that location as well and to get that information. We do have a satellite office in Barnegat. You would call that same number and request an appointment to meet at the Barnegat Emerald Terrace location on Bay Boulevard in Barnegat. And we also have a Lakewood office on Route 9 in Lakewood for home energy as well. So it's there that we also serve many clients in that regard. So in that regard, I'd like to call your attention on the website, our housing application. I'd like to jump back to the housing program. If you are interested in our housing program, we do have a waiting list right now, but we urge all the folks to come out and to download an application, at least get it into our agency so that you're made aware of your place in line if you so desire to live in one of our units. The other program I'd like to talk about is our FirstTime Homebuyer program. That's also within our housing division. The FirstTime Homebuyer program is run workshops 4 times a year, and that's in conjunction with the Ocean County Planning Department. We encourage you also to visit our website for a pre-application. It's there that you'll see the income guidelines to become part of the FirstTime Homebuyer program. The program is essentially there to help you realize the dream of home ownership. This year alone, and we haven't even completed the year, we're just down in October, so we have closed, residents have closed on 17 homes throughout the county. So generally, as rule of thumb, we're generally ranging around 70 to 20 per year. But the criteria of this program is that you must attend the workshops. So you need to call this particular number. Our housing counselor is Mark Lamella, and his phone number is 732-288-2614, and his extension is 100. You do need to draw down the pre-application and bring that with you, and to sign up and meet with him first before you attend one of the 2 workshops. You cannot complete or go through the entire program or close on the home until you've completed both workshops. One is held on one particular evening, this time of evening at 7 o'clock at night, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock at night, at the Ocean County Planning Department. The following week is the second phase of that workshop, and it's there that you'll learn more information about how to successfully become a first-time homebuyer through the program. So this is a very successful program. We encourage you to go to our website and to obtain as much information as you can. Generally, it takes a person, depending on their credit, it could take anywhere between 6 months to a year. It could take less if you have very good credit. But we do work with folks on their credit to get them to where they need to be. The other big program we have is our Head Start program. We have 7 Head Start programs throughout the county of Ocean. The point of contact for the Head Start program is Christine Locke. She is our Head Start enrollment officer, and she can be reached at 732-244-9114. Again, that number is 732-244-9114. And again, this application is also available on our website. Our Head Start centers are strategically located in various parts of Ocean County. We have some satellite offices in Little Lake Harbor. We're working with the Little Lake Harbor School District. We're in Brick, we're in Manchester, we're in Toms River. We do have our Child Development Center at Ocean County College. And we also have other locations as well. So be sure to visit our website on that as well. And then finally, the last thing I'd like to bring up, and hopefully this gets filmed real currently, Ocean Inc. is opening up a credit union. We are having our grand opening next Thursday, that's October 24th. At 10 a.m. is the groundbreaking ceremony. We're going to have, a ribbon cutting ceremony. So we'll be able to work with clients. During that particular day, we're running specials for one-day only banking specials for that particular time frame. Personal loans, auto loans. First 100 children's savings accounts are open with at least $5. We'll match that for $5. So it's a really good event. It's the first time we've ever had that. The reason we've decided to do this is we know that there are homeless within our area. So the idea of opening up a credit union will allow the homeless to come in and utilize a 24/7 banking service. They don't have to carry large amounts of cash in the woods or where they particularly may be staying. They'll be able to come in and utilize our ATM, which is available to them in that lobby 24/7. It's also available to income eligible folks. We were noticing that some folks have some issues with check cashing facilities. They're charging enormous amounts for the check cashing fees. So we want to eliminate that for them. So that was another pressing reason we wanted to open up this credit union. So I want to let you know that that is available. And the phone number for that credit union is 732-284-4282. And again, you can visit this website at www.firstbergen1stbergen.com. And that'll take you right into the credit union here at Ocean Inc. So just in summary, Ocean Inc. is located we have many locations throughout Ocean County, but the main branch is at 40 Washington Street in Toms River. And it's at that location that you'll see most of our core programs. So the phone number to that particular location is 732-244-5333. And once you get prompted, it'll take you to any of the divisions that we have for all of the services. So that pretty much does it for Ocean Inc. With all of the services that we do provide. We do also provide intensive case management services, but as far as housing and home energy, I think we've covered most of it. Please visit us on the web. Again, that web address, www.oceaninc.org. Thank you. It's still filming. Are you going to take questions? Should I get that on here?
Yeah, sure, okay. If you'd like.
Did you have a question?
Well, I don't know whether it's appropriate for you or for Habitat, but about 10 years ago, a couple of homes were built in James Street in Lakewood, and I think with local agency help. You familiar with that?
Yep.
Okay. So you know the two homes I'm talking about. I noticed that driving by there yesterday, the homes are gone. Can you tell me what happened to them?
Yeah, sure. So, actually, the two homes that you're referring to, there was not a requirement by Lakewood at the time for affordable housing. So they were not necessarily looking for the credits that you need for affordable housing. So the property became available, and at the time, we built two affordable homes, and we sold them to two partner families. And as Lakewood went through a lot of changes, the one homeowner actually, there was a divorce, it was a pretty nasty divorce, and they split up. And they came to Habitat and they said, we would like, the permission, they had to come to us first, to resell the house. And we, at that time, because we didn't have to resell it to an affordable housing family, they were able to, and then they paid off the mortgage to us, and then we just rolled it into them again. So the difference in all the houses we have now is that there's a lien, there's a second mortgage, which is to the town because of the affordable housing credit. So those that they didn't need, they actually pretty much, even when they offered it, they said, that's right, just build the house.
Both property owners sold their houses to local,
Yeah.
the local
Yeah.
developers. I mean, you know what's going on.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
So did they get enough money out of it to be able to buy or build something?
Move on. Well, actually, because,
I mean, they have a place to live, so
Right.
why would you
Well,
give that up?
exactly, the divorce split the two
That's
into different
what I
states.
understand.
The other was a disabled mom and daughter, and really, they needed to move out of the state because of the family that was not here, so they took the opportunity to leave. It was unfortunate in many ways, as we know, and it was two good pieces of property that were acquired.
As far as you know, none of it had to do with the fact that the other building that was approaching.
No, this was quite, just a years ago. So good evening, my name is Susan Fickner, I'm the Executive Director of Northern Ocean Habitat for Humanity, and I'm here to talk a little bit about our mission and our housing opportunities. So we actually build affordable homes in Northern Ocean County, which is the region from as far north as Bricktown and Barrier Island, Monmouth border, all the way to Bayville, which would be our farthest south, and then we go out west to New Region. Our concept for building affordable housing is based on a interest-free mortgage and a partnership with the homeowner through what we call sweat equity, which is 300 hours of sweat equity which they help build their home, and also the income, which is 30 to 60% of the median income, so it's very low. So we're a hand up, not a handout, and our mission model is to give hardworking people in the community an opportunity to more or less move ahead with that hand up so that they can kind of propel their lives forward. Most of the homeowners that we build for are people that are holding very important jobs. It's more service professions. Our most recent homeowner is a hospice home health aide. So she has a very important job, doing very important work, but unfortunately her income is quite low, and it doesn't give her the means to propel forward into a mortgage. The way that it works with Habitat and the success of Habitat is at this time right now we're building on donated lots. So our
Donated lots?
Yeah. Our challenge is land acquisition. Back in our earlier years, we were paying for our lots anywhere from $25,000 to almost $60,000 for a lot. And then if you had to roll that into the mortgage, now all of a sudden what's a affordable home at like $160,000 or so now is up to about $200,000, $220,000, $225,000. So over the years, we've moved into a model that we're trying to acquire lots, donated, We've been, really fortunate. We just inherited some lots from an estate from a man that passed away, so we did donate the lots. They're in Berkeley Township. We just built one home there, and we're looking to build our next home in 2020. The homeowners, the selection is very, very intense. I would be kidding if I said, differently, but not in a way that it's intimidating. It's more, challenging the homeowner to step forward in partnership to really share with us their story, maybe the challenges they've had financially. Often we see people that have fallen into bankruptcy due to mounting medical bills, due to maybe a divorce, due to situations that have spiraled their lives downward. They may not have the best credit, which is really hard to kind of come up from that and then try to get a traditional mortgage. So we partner with them and we assign a mentor, a homeowner, like with the classes that Connie was talking about. We actually require them to kind of learn through budgeting classes, financial literacy classes, but also a mentor walks with them during the time that they're building their home to learn how to be a good neighbor, to learn how to be responsible, to learn how to budget. So all of that is taught to them from a mentor during the time that they're walking in partnership with Habitat. At the end of the building period, the goal is to hand over the key to somewhat of an autonomous, homeowner that can now start walking forward on their own. We do stay silently in the background if they need consultation, but the goal by that point, which is usually about 8, 9, 10 months to build a home, is to give them the tools in the toolbox to be successful. One thing I would comment on our new home program, we are seeing the results now in generations. So when we first started building, we had little children that were, that we were building for. Now we are seeing that they're first generation college. They are breaking the cycles due to the fact that they have their own home, their own bedroom. It's kind of building self-esteem. It's helping them, with school grades, etc. So we are seeing the impact now on the next generations, which is wonderful. In addition to our new homeowner program, we actually have a very, very, very busy repair program, which Bob will talk about the details. It is based on the same model, so people do need to qualify. They need to qualify by income again, willingness to partner again, and what we call a very soft cost recovery. It's a small nominal 5% maybe on the job that is a pay it forward to help us to continue to help more people. Again, we're helping very, very low income families. Most of them are living on Social Security, SSD. We're helping many in mobile homes. It's a challenged population that obviously once their home falls on disrepair, they really don't have the means financially to do the repairs. So we see by the time the construction crew gets there, we see houses with, toilets falling through floors, leaks, windows that are, the wind is rushing through. So it really is, it's very compromised. We have a couple programs. It's called Aging in Place for seniors, veteran repair program. We do weatherization also, and we also have what we call neighborhood revitalization, which is when we work in a community where we do many different ones. We're doing probably a little bit of almost everything: building, repairing, and just building. You can find more information through our website. It's www.nohfh.com, 732-818-9500 is the main number. We will also have a little more detail from Bob. Thank you.
Good evening, I'm Bob Conway, Construction Director with Northern Ocean Habitat for Humanity. And I'd just like to discuss a little bit in depth what Susan touched on, our two programs. First being the new home construction, which Susan gave you a good outline of. Fortunately, I have the pleasure of working side by side, hand in hand with those selected homeowners They have a sweat equity program of 300 hours, about half of which is spent alongside me on the construction site. And it's a wonderful experience to watch them engaged in the excitement of taking over a new home. On the construction side, we just completed an Energy Star qualified home, which, if you're not familiar with Energy Star, basically makes a home as airtight as possible, which allows the homeowner to get the most mileage out of their energy dollars spent, and therefore consume less energy, and it helps their monthly income quite a bit.
I didn't take the fish all the way up
Some
here.
challenges go with that. It's a lot more work, but it's worth it in the end. The other side of our program is the repair division, which goes on all year, all the time. We help, as Susan touched on, we do a lot of mobile home work, which mobile homes are basically the low-income housing in Ocean County. So we get a whole lot of applications there. There's a lot of widows on their own living in these mobile homes on Social Security with really no one to help them at all. What I walk into, I do an assessment after the application process, and I get to see how these people are living and the help they need. And basically, we make our decisions based on urgent need in the homes. And the mobiles, a lot of them are from the 60s and 70s. Roofs are leaking, floors are falling through, windows. Aging in place becomes part of that, and critical home repair. Aging in place, you could say, well, the mobile home isn't worth fixing that we do on it, but it's their home, and that's how they look at it. And in order to keep them there for the rest of their time, we do what we do to make it livable for them. So from the roof down, depending on the home, we seal roofs. The windows in the old ones, the wind whistles through. Their energy bills are crazy, trying to keep the place warm. I've seen paper clips holding windows shut, tape holding windows shut, all kinds of things like that. So we go in, assess the entire home top to bottom. They may request, I need a new porch, something modest and small. We assess the entire building and basically look for everything possible. Safety, smoke alarms, plumbing issues, leaks. Soft spots in the floors is a typical problem with the old ones. And we, depending on need, we'll go from the roof to the floor and get everything in shape so that the homeowner can stay there and remain. It's not always total. The weatherization program also involves, as we said, windows, a lot of doors, repairing doors, replacing doors. Sometimes there's weather stripping. Doors are a big thing that adds to energy costs. Most of the mobiles have old oil furnaces, so they're very inefficient. So when they need heat, they pollute a lot and burn a lot of energy. The program is a great thing. If you're interested, first on the new home construction, follow our website at ohfh.com, and you'll see the next home will be starting in the spring, groundbreaking sometime in the early spring, hopefully. We do all our work with volunteer labor. We have a paid foreman, and we bring in contractors to help in the new build, but all the labor is done by my volunteers. I have a great crew that contributes to that. And same with the repairs. The guys come in maybe for a week on a job. A lot of times the homeowner is a single widow. She's used to being alone, so my guys actually, they're a family for her for the week, and it's a great thing on all ends. They get their home repaired, they have some companionship, and the program has a lot of aspects and a lot of facets besides just getting the work done and accomplishing the homeowner. So repairs can be found on our website, ohfh.com. Or you can call my office at 732-998-8638. Leave a message. We'll answer the phone if we're there. If not, leave a message, leave a number, and we'll get back to you and walk you through the application process. Don't feel that your repair's too small or too big. If you need help in any way, please, ask you please give a call. It doesn't hurt to let us take a look and try. Thanks so much.
So this is Bob?
Yes.
What was your first name, Bob?
Conway.
Bob, I have a woman who is physically handicapped. For all intents and purposes, she's good. Her husband is a psychiatric patient for a nursing home. And she was forced out of the home, her mobile home. because it was just become unfit for, Flagler County Board of Health Security. Is that a type of situation where you might be able to help her depending on the degree of deterioration?
Yes, yeah, she's not living there now?
No, she's in a nursing home in the neighborhood with mobile home.
Right, well, one of the stipulations that they occupy the home, so.
Well, she's not allowed
Yes,
to.
she can occupy it. We'd have to, she can apply. I would, urge her to apply, and we'll look at all the facts and make a decision based on what we see. But again, normally they're in the home at the time, so this would be a special case that we'd have to look at. But like I said before, I urge anyone that needs to please apply. And of course, not only mobile homes, freestanding homes also, if they're in enough bad of shape. We did a job for a veteran last winter who hadn't been able to walk out of his house on his own for almost a year. His steps were crumbling and falling apart, and we built new steps on both sides that he could use his walker on. Basically renovated the whole inside of the house. But again, a Korean War veteran, very deserving guy, and again, a lot of times they don't want to ask for help. They're too proud and modest. So luckily, a neighbor who was also a veteran put us onto the job, and he applied. And yeah, that was a great experience.
One of those handouts there related to that program?
Yes. Yeah.
So, back to your friend, so did the county come in, or did they cite her and then told her that she had to leave?
They told her that she couldn't live there because of the condition of the mother home.
And how long ago was that?
It's been usually 9 months at this point.
They probably pulled the CO then.
I can imagine that they take it.
I want to also give you the Ocean Inc. brochure because as Susan had mentioned, we both do rehabilitation. We do work on mobile homes as well. And so that the number on the back there, the weatherization program, will get you to that program and allow you to call them. And generally what Ocean Inc. will do is send out an auditor to take a look at the project and see what is needed, and then they'll make a determination of what can be done. So whereas Habitat has money set aside for rehab, so does Ocean Inc. and so does the township. But with everybody working together, we could work with these things.
I have a question. So you both have set up funds for repairs or
Well, we do, Ocean Inc. has the DOE grant. We do the HIP, the Heating Improvement Program.
right?
So we do the DOE, we do the LIHEAP, so we get the state funding, so we get a lot of money. But generally that is heater repairs, replacements, and very small things. It's through the Toms River Township CDBG grant that allows us to do building and work on the skirting and things for mobile homes. Those other type of ancillary programs that we're not able to do on the big DOE grant, which is why we like that. So we have that flexibility to do the roofs, but also maybe there is a heater replacement required in Toms River Township. So it allows us to do that as well, but it really allows us to come in and do work on some of these mobile homes as well.
So is there a chance for someone to get help from both
It's
at the same time?
Oh, it's
Yeah,
happened
combination.
several times.
Okay.
We'll go in and some work was done, and they'll say Ocean Inc., and I'm sure you'll come behind us at
Yeah.
times also, which is great, if we can overlap and both help the same person. right?
Exactly, it works out very well.
And our Toms River Township Housing Rehab Program also refers to Ocean Inc. and Habitat for Humanity for smaller jobs. Our program tends to do the larger jobs. And we also have, we try to put a 10-year restriction because although it's funded with community on block grant funding right now, in the future, if our funds are too low, we want to be able to have the capability of pulling from our affordable housing trust fund. So in order to do that, we have to put in certain affordability limitations. So we have a 10-year affordable housing limitation there.
Okay.
And also, just to kind of wrap it up also, as we're talking about the home in of itself, we have our weatherization program and our home energy program. So the weatherization program and what you guys do as well, and then what we do with the weatherization is we're getting the unit ready so that hopefully they don't need the home energy as much. So that's why the program is in of itself the weatherization piece that plays a huge role in that, and then therefore the home energy piece comes into play And it's just sort of a one program wraparound type thing, to where if the weatherization program, if the weatherization services are adhered to, and then their home is very efficient, again, as I mentioned before, it's less that they need with the home energy of the, whether it's gas or electric or whatever it is, they may need some propane and oil. But if the home is running efficient, then the state likes it, so.
And then one last piece I'd like to add too, just to echo some of the comments that Connie's making. The other piece that we really try really hard to do with Habitat is it's very holistic. So when we go into a home, we're staying in our lane as far as construction, but we're being very conscious about what else we might see when we're there. So for example, when the guys are repairing kitchen cabinets, if they notice that there's only 2 cans of soup, they're going to be very, cognizant of that, and not that they're going to be able to be the responders, but then they'll come back to the office, and then we have kind of a case management piece where we'll make a call to Meals on Wheels or to a social service agency. So really, we all need each other. It takes the whole village for us to make this work. So we stay in our lanes as far as construction is concerned, but we don't put blinders on. We're aware of everything we're seeing, and we're knowing that we need to reach out to another agency just to say, you need some help here. So it takes
It does. It generally, our maintenance crew are the eyes and ears for us.
That's
We
right.
know what's going on in a unit, and it's through the inspections. Our units are constantly being inspected. If we do have to turn a unit around, we have to obtain the CO. So it's through that time frame. But usually when the resident is there, they need some home repairs made. It's through the eyes and ears of our maintenance workers that we actually see what needs to be done.
Hey Connie, about how long is the affordable housing wait list?
Right now, we have 256 people on that wait list. So we try to tell people, put your name in now, because what happens is, we'll have somebody, call up and say, okay, and then put their application. And then they wait for maybe six months or 8 months. But what happens is, when we go to that list, we find that some people may have been transient, they left the area, they're not required. Sometimes we can go down past 50 people.
Yeah.
Not always, but in some cases we can.
Sure.
So therefore, you may be served quicker than you thought.
And are there any prioritizations in the list, like
Only in
families and
5
stuff
of our
like
units in Monmouth. We have a housing first model there. And so if you can imagine the housing first model, the most vulnerable go to the top of the list.
Mhm.
But other than those 5 in Monmouth that are housing first reserved, so to speak, all of our other units are based on, first come, first serve. And again, we don't typically go full fair market rent,
Sure.
which we could, but in some instances, because we're locked in, most of our grants that we applied for when we constructed some of these homes, we're locked in for 15 years, so we have to keep them affordable, and we do.
Is there a price range for the?
They're all different. There are some in Lakewood right now that are 600 for a 2-bedroom and maybe 700 for a 3-bedroom. Don't quote me exactly on that part, but they're nowhere up to fair market rent, because they're still under that 15-year moratorium until that ends. We do have our senior units at Macedonia in Lakewood. Again, they're affordable, they stay affordable. And we have our Emerald Terrace, 35 units, townhomes in Barnegat, right off the Bay Boulevard there. They're also affordable. They're also through the USDA grant, so what that means is, if a younger person of maybe 18, 20 years old, if they have a disability, under the USDA program, they're eligible for that unit. The USDA, yep.
Department of Agriculture?
That's correct. When we constructed those units, when we acquired the units, we did our rehab through those dollars. So it allows us to not only serve the seniors in those units, it allows us to serve the disadvantaged and the disabled.
So what's the connection to the Department of Agriculture?
It's just that they provided the funding for us to be able to come in and do the work.
I'm
And so
looking
we're-
at portion of that.
Right. And so we're locked in for a certain amount of years, for those particular homes. But I'm using that as an example, that a person with a disability, regardless if they're 30 or 40 or 20, they can come into that unit just because it's age restricted, they're also eligible. Did you have any other questions?
Those were my big ones.
Yeah.
I'd just like to say something about our funding.
Uh-huh.
We do also get community block grants, as Connie mentioned, but the bulk of our repair funding comes from people patronizing our restore, donations and buying. So if anybody is in need of anything, you should take over. It's 1214 Route 37, where Bob Kisman's used to be. Tremendous store, and they all work very hard to let me do what I do. So I would urge you to please patronize our restore.
So what do you sell there?
Donated merchandise, furniture, likely furniture, housewares.
Clothing too,
No clothing. Yeah, no clothing, but
or durable goods?
everything is beautiful in there. Sometimes people are just tired of a living room set. We pick it up and turn it over, and that's what helps allow me to do what I do. So great program.
Not just furniture, because I've been there, there's like painting, all kinds of things.
Everything that makes a house a home.
Yep.
Yep.
It's
I
pretty
have a question.
remarkable.
I'm sorry. With the repair and the new home construction, if you qualified for new home, a few years down the road, you may need repair. Are you automatically qualified for that, or you have to qualify again? Okay, all right, that's fine. I'm sure it's not. It's
Not a package.
yeah. Well, once you qualified for one, it's probably eventually.
Disqualify you.
Right.
to
Right,
apply.
right.
Accept it.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah. I mean, if you've qualified once, there's a good chance it'll carry over. Good chance, yeah.
I think the best thing if we could educate the folks about is to go to the websites to learn about us.
Mhm.
And the other thing is Ocean Inc. has a Facebook account, and that will tell you, that shows more of the collaboration piece of our organization. So, as I mentioned before, the website is www.oceaninc.org, but our Facebook account is OCEANINC. Go to that and then look at the collaborations of the things that we do with our Head Start program and with the banks that we use to provide those ancillary programs that help these folks that are either in the housing units or need other type of assistance. That's the way to better understand the organization in itself.
One other question about the credit union you're starting up.
Yes,
Are there qualifications for membership or
not at all.
no?
We're
All right.
making it so easy for folks to come in and do this. And so essentially, again, that this first day, we're providing free refreshments. We're going to have a for ShopRite gift cards, $50 ShopRite gift cards. So just by coming in, you'll be able to stop in and see the credit union. It's a regular bank. We are at the original Toms River post office of Toms River on 40 Washington Street. So when you walk in, you see the original vault of the Toms River post office. So that's why this banking really worked out well for us to come in to provide these services. Again, the ATM machine is in the lobby, so the idea of coming in on this particular day, we're going to be there all day from 8:30 to 4:30. But the credit union will be opened on Thursday and Fridays every week. So that will allow somebody to come in at any time. But the main thing is so that they have the banking availability 24/7 with that ATM in that lobby. In the wintertime or whatever, if they just don't want to carry cash around, we want to make sure they have it available. But there is no minimum. I mean, you can open up an account as little as $5. So please stop and see us. Open up an account. We've been told that our rates right now are better than what the county is providing some of their employees and some of the others. I'm just throwing that out there. I'm not sure who's going to see this film, but I'm hearing that our rates are very competitive. So we hope you come and see us.
All right.
You offer checking, do they offer
Yes.
checking accounts?
Yes, we offer checking, auto loans, personal loans. I'll give you a copy of that. Savings accounts, free checking, club accounts, auto loans, personal loans, debt consolidation, credit builder loans, home loans, Visa credit cards, and mobile online banking.
Great.
Very nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's all right.
I do have it in both Spanish and English in case somebody might like to come in. But stuff in our lobby, we have these brochures out there as well. But we really want to get everybody on the ribbon cutting day, the grand opening, because that's where the better specials are on that particular. We already have employees lined up for auto loans, so that's how good the specials are on that. So.
And I guess, the Bergen Federal Credit Union has been long established.
Correct.
Right.
First Bergen is a community action agency just like us. They're in northern New Jersey. We've merged with them, so we're basically, that's why it's now called First Bergen Credit Union at Ocean Inc. Correct. So First Bergen has a location in Bergen, Patterson, and we are the furthest south that they can go in Ocean.
They're not allowed to go further?
At this point, no. until regulations change.
And then the last thing I'd like to say is we always are looking for volunteers, qualified volunteers, as well as volunteers that would like to learn the trades and learn even retail at the restore, being that we use volunteers as the priority, in the majority of our labor. Also, we're looking to, call out in the community to contractors that would like to make a difference and help their neighbors also. So if you're a plumber or an electrician or someone about the trades, you'd like to lend your services, we'd really, really appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay.